Hi HCGers, HCG Berry Babe checking in. I've been gone a few days. I've had such a cold, oh my goodness, that if I stood up my nose would run. Not just run, like literally like a faucet you turned on, run. If I laid still, I managed to most of the time keep my nose clear enough to breathe through. But I'm kind of, when I get something like that, if I can lay low and rest in the beginning, then I can keep it from developing. I know my poor daughter kept going and going, and it just kept getting worse and worse. And I'm too old. I don't have the stamina to fight again, swim uphill all the time. I don't have the strength. Today is Vlcd 8, so reporting Vlcd 7. I'm down 7 pounds in 7 days, which it was even a little bit higher. While I was sick, I ate some chicken soup and some noodles and some crackers. And so I fought it. In the morning, I had the inclination to drain noodles out of the soup because I just really was craving that creature comfort. I don't do hot tea. I don't do hot drinks of any kind. I don't even like hot chocolate. So talked with my buddy and we thought, well, try to find a substitute. And I tried to find a substitute and I kind of put it off. And then by the time evening came, and I ended up eating it after 8 o'clock, which is, boy, my points were really bad that day. Ended up finally, like, I feel so bad. I need some comfort. And actually, I ate the chicken soup and I felt a lot better. So whether it's placebo effect or it's comfort effect or the chicken soup really works effect, I did feel better after that. I felt a little bit insane prior to that with the cravings. But I realized that over those 2 days that I was feeling so bad, I had not kept up with my pellet regimen as I should. I had bumped it up. The directions are 4 pellets 3 times a day, and I had been doing 5 pellets 3 times a day, and I was still getting kind of itchy food thoughts. So I bumped it up to 5 pellets 4 times a day. So I kind of do breakfast, lunch, dinner, and bedtime. And while I was so sick, I didn't get in the 4 doses. And so that, the second day I was sick, I did not eat off my MOP, but I still was itchy. And once I realized that I was behind on the pellets and stepped those up, the hunger has abated. So it's really important that you get the right dose, no matter whether you're doing injections or drops or pellets. Those damn little things, they roll all over the place. If you're a klutz like me, don't count on one bottle lasting you 43 days, because I roll them babies all over the place. I'm chasing them everywhere. And you're really not supposed to touch them because that can dilute the potency. So I don't feel bad about doing 5 instead of 4. So there was just one day that I ate off my plan. It really hit my points hard that day. Yesterday went pretty well. I did lose some points for eating protein after 8 o'clock, but it was before 9. And when I rechecked my commitment to points, actually it said if I eat anything but protein after 8 o'clock that I would lose points. But I've decided that if I end up eating between 8 and 9, even if it's protein, I'm going to make my points reflect it, because I really am trying to change my behavior so that I can get away from the nighttime eating, because it really is disastrous. I need to, start establishing routines for life. There's been a lot of talk on Facebook and in the vlogs about what are we going to do when we're done to maintain in P4. And one of the things that I've looked into is there's a book called Mastering Leptin. And if that leptin sounds familiar to you, Robin Phipps Woodall talks about the leptin hit in her book. And as a result of her book, I got the other book and started reading about leptin. And he has 5 leptin rules, and it makes sense for me. And I will probably share those at a later date and talk more about the 5 rules and why I think that would work for me. It isn't quite, it isn't Robin's program at all. It's much more regimented. But I think for me, in the way I let food lead me around by the nose, it might be a good choice. Tonight was dinner out with the girls. Once a month I meet with 3 previous co-workers, and it's always, always, always a struggle with what to do. You know, I've been doing this protocol for so long that there have been a lot of times I'm on P2 when I show up at these dinners. And I've done them every way. I've used them for loading. Okay, now I'm going to start food porn. So if talking about food is going to be a real big problem, you probably need to turn me off. My usual thing to get would be 1 piece of fried fish, fries, garlic bread, and a piece of cheesecake. I don't eat all of the French fries, and I usually share the cheesecake, and I don't eat all the garlic bread, but still, that's 4 corners of carbs. That's my ideal meal. It ends up costing me as much as if I'd ordered, you know, baked chicken off the menu. But at this restaurant, their chicken is not good, and if I get a hamburger, I like well done. Hamburger or steak, it's like a charcoal briquette. I've tried getting cottage cheese, and sometimes it comes out warm, and sometimes it's past the expiration date, but not really, but it just tastes that way, or it's a brand I don't like. And there have been times when I've just gone and sat, and my friends eat, and I just sit there. And so, faced with tonight, I really hadn't expected to have the soup cheat. And so I thought I'd be in real good standing for tonight. But I thought about everything that's on the menu, and I thought about all the things I've done in the past to make it through. And I decided to get, they call them chicken fingers, but they're really chicken planks. They're very, very thin chicken breasts. They're about this big, and they are breaded with just a very, very thin coating of like a cornmeal, and then they're pan fried. Chicken breast, so it's the white meat, and because of my surgeries I malabsorb 70% of the fat I eat, so I'm not too worried about the fat in the chicken being fried. They may deep fry them. So what I'm working with is the little bit of coating that's on them, and I did a carb blocker. So I thought about going and not eating anything. But one of the things that I've noticed that I'm trying to get a handle on is that during the times, like at my mother-in-law's funeral, there were several times that I did not partake. I don't do well ordering a naked chicken breast and lettuce. I don't eat that way. I would rather sit there than eat that. And so when I'm at home and I can cook for myself and do things the way I like it, then I have more control. To pay $15 when I go out for something I'm not going to enjoy, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I won't do it. I'm 3-year-old in me, nanny, having a tantrum. When I've deprived, even though it's been celebration that I made it through the occasion without cheating, I find that 2 to 3 days later, some minor thing will send me to the food, and I realize that I've been itchy for something ever since, and that if I had made a choice to have something moderate and reasonable, even if it's a cheat, at the time, it would be a better choice for me than going cold turkey without it and then dealing with the ramifications. I don't know. I just try to pay attention and do what works. So I was able to, you get 6 planks, I ate 3. They were very, very thin. I made them last, I cut them small. I didn't have any bread even though it sat in front of me the whole time. One of the girlfriends usually gets garlic bread with cheese on it. She didn't do that this time. That was nice. Nobody ordered cheesecake. That was nice. So it really was about being with the people, but it was also, you know, I want to eat something that's going to satisfy me. So for today, I kept I got in all my water today, and I got it all in yesterday. I went very, very conservatively on my protein. I got my 2 protein must-have shakes in, and then I had 2 other lean proteins, and I had half an apple. And I tried to keep it real limited so that I would be able to address the extra calories and carbs at dinner. So I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. If I lose enough to get back below the soup cheat, I'll be pleased. But I'm faced now with, food porn's over, I'm faced, maybe not, I'm faced with looking at between now and Christmas, and I know I'm eating on Thanksgiving, and I know I'm eating on Christmas, but now I'm looking at the week after Thanksgiving is the Ohio meetup. Then today we scheduled our birthday club. Those are what I call the girls that get together for a week after that. Then there's just 2 weeks until Christmas, and it takes a while to recover. We talked about the menu for December, and we're going to have turkey. But when they started talking about dressing and that sort of thing, I talked them into their. The hostess is kind of a gourmet eater kind of person, and I'm just, you know, slap some fried fish and chips on my plate and I'm good to go, you know. And so I said, well, could you make a different kind or put mushrooms in it or something like that that won't appeal to me? So she's doing a potato dish that I may not care for. She's going to do a dressing that I won't care for. She probably will cook a baked potato for me. I can take one along and put it in the microwave. But I'll have my turkey breast, which actually is enough. One of the women offered to bring gluten-free bread because I had brought gluten-free rolls a couple years ago. And I said, well, I'm not gluten-free anymore. I'm just trying not to do the carbs at all. And I committed to bring deviled eggs, which I don't eat, but I'm told are good. But then I said I'd bring some Christmas cookies. And I've gone through seasons where I've made these incredible sugar cookies without eating them or licking my fingers at all. So I should be able to do that. So I don't know. I don't know whether to try and do a planned interruption. I mean, now it's Thursday, and it's a week till Thanksgiving. Excuse me, there's time for me to recover from the soup cheat and do 3 days of transition and then start a P3 and then do P3 till Christmas and load on Christmas. But then I have to face P3. It's like, oh my God. Because when you cheat, even if the HCG's in your system, it comes off faster. If you're in P3 and you cheat, it comes off slower. So it's like you have to do your steak day fast in order to get it. And I tend to hold fluid once I go off P2. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I sound a lot like a lot of the rest of you. It's like, I don't know. So I'll take a look at my deadline. They say with pellets you can be off 2 days, 46 hours before. So I don't know. I'm listening to all your ideas. So that is all. I'm running out of time, so I will check in again later. Bye.